what you're doing is you're like really finding the love for yourself because you gotta trust in yourself.
Number 20, Ezra Miller. Before 2020, Miller had Hollywood in the palm of their hand. After all, they had prominent roles in the Fantastic Beasts universe and in the DCU as the Flash.
Flash!
Hi.
I love you!
Thank you. You seem very nice also.
Oh my God!
But when that fateful year hit, it all changed for Miller when they were recorded choking a woman in Iceland. Their erratic behavior began to spiral in 2022. That year, the actor had multiple run-ins with the police while in Hawaii, accused of grooming Takata Iron Eyes, and allegedly had a mother and child in a dangerous situation on a Vermont ranch.
Court documents say the homeowner was friends with Miller for about 18 years. Miller's mother, who lives nearby, also told police there was a recent breakdown in the relationship.
Miller's behavior resulted in DC considering replacing him as the Flash. Since the Red Speedster's solo film was released in 2023, Miller hasn't had another acting role since. Number 19, Armie Hammer. After his work in 2017's Call Me By Your Name and getting several awards and nominations, Hammer seemed like the next breakout leading star in the film industry.
So what do you do around here?
Read books, transcribe music, swim at the river, go out at night. I don't know.
That sounds fun.
Yet that rising star was slapped from the sky when he was accused of harassment and assault by several women in 2021. One of the most shocking allegations was Hammer seemingly stating his desire to consume people.
I will say this. There are people that I left who were hurt and who were upset. None of those people were hurt or upset because I pushed any sexual boundaries that they weren't interested in exploring or trying.
Are you sure about that?
After 2022's death on the Nile, Hammer retreated to the Cayman Islands to sell timeshares. In 2024, the actor began interviewing celebrities on his podcast Armie Hammer Time. He preferred to talk about himself rather than about his guests. Hammer is set to return to the film industry. However, not quite at the level he once enjoyed. Number 18, Alec and Hilaria Baldwin. There aren't many famous couples where the general public finds each as obnoxious as each other, but Alec and Hilaria Baldwin are a unique case. In 2018, Alec was accused by Wojciech Ciechowski of attacking him over a parking space in New York City.
Alec Baldwin did not look happy to see a flurry of cameras when he walked out of the 6th precinct around 4 p.m. He kept scowling without saying a word as he got in the back of a black car and stayed silent, arriving back at his home just a few blocks away, 3 hours after being arrested.
The actor admitted guilt to harassment, earning him anger management classes. However, Alec sued Ciechowski for claiming the actor punched him. Ciechowski claimed Alec was, quote, entitled in his suit as the case was settled in 2022. For Hilaria, in 2020, controversy sparked that she had been pretending to be Spanish for years, even speaking publicly with an accent and forgetting English words.
Love English. I also love Spanish. And when I mix the two, it doesn't make me inauthentic. When I mix the two, that makes me normal.
She and Alec tried to defend against the allegations. However, the public had already made up their minds. Number 17, Gwyneth Paltrow. Born into a family who made their names in the entertainment industry, Paltrow was always fighting an uphill battle to be liked.
Good morning, guys. I'm going to take you through my morning Goop routine. When I wake up in the morning, I usually don't do anything. I go straight to the gym after I have my coffee, and then when I come home, I do my little skincare ritual.
However, the actor hasn't done herself many favors over the years to change the Nepo baby label. In 2013, Paltrow was voted the most hated celebrity in the world, beating those with terrible scandals. The year after, she made it worse when she commented that being an acting mom was more difficult than a mother who has a, quote, regular job. In 2022, after successfully defending herself in a lawsuit over a skiing accident, Paltrow seemingly told the claimant, quote, I wish you well, bringing allegations of being condescending.
Her exact words, I wish you well. Very kind of her. That's all she said. That's all she said.
With the bizarre products her company Goop has released, Paltrow's reputation isn't great. Number 16, Mickey Rourke. With a stop-start career, the star of 2008's The Wrestler has struggled for prominent acting work in recent years.
20 years in the making. It's going to be something.
So, to repair his reputation, Rourke signed up as a contestant for the UK's Celebrity Big Brother in 2025. Boy, was that a mistake. In Rourke's first live appearance, he was creepy towards the show's co-host AJ Odudu. Then, Rourke made homophobic and disrespectful comments to Jojo Siwa. After Rourke used threatening language against housemate Chris Hughes, he was booted from the show.
I think viewers will have picked up on the fact that it felt like he wanted to leave, and whether he was voted off or did something to basically force Big Brother's hand into kicking him off, something was going to happen.
However, rather than try to repair his broken image, Rourke is now considering legal action against ITV for loss of payment. As all this was going on, he was accused of assaulting Bella Thorne when they filmed Girl. Number 15, Steven Seagal. If there were a Mount Rushmore for humble celebrities, Seagal would be nowhere near consideration. In 2022, the actor infamously stated that he had read an incredible script, which he had written.
I tried to write it based on things that have happened to me and friends of mine.
Wow. Once the leading man in action films, Seagal's prestige fell rapidly in the 2000s as he mostly featured in direct-to-video productions. It didn't help that there were tales about his massive ego behind the scenes and allegations involving his misconduct and harassment of women. With his Hollywood reputation destroyed, Seagal pivoted to being Vladimir Putin's biggest cheerleader, resulting in him being appointed Russia's special envoy to the US in 2018.
I love America, I love Russia, and I am trying very hard to work in such a way where we can have more meaningful discussions and, strive to make better and better relations.
Number 14, Paula Deen. Releasing cookbooks, owning restaurants, and hosting several TV shows on the Food Network, Deen was the queen of the celebrity kitchen.
Welcome, the Saggy Britches Brothers!
In 2013, after being sued for discrimination, Deen responded to a question on whether she had used racial slurs with, quote, "of course." She then mentioned various times that she had uttered it. This admittance saw her shunned from the industry as her shows were canceled and her endorsement deals were canned. When interviewed on Today about the scandal, Deen demonstrated her entitlement by claiming she wouldn't have fired herself, and she was unsure whether the slur was insulting to Black people.
Do you have any doubt in your mind that African Americans are offended by the N-word?
I don't know, Matt. I have asked myself that so many times.
While she's scraped back some work since, it's not at the same level she once enjoyed. Number 13, Carla Sofia Gascon. After her work in Emilia Perez, Gascon was breaking down barriers by winning awards, sometimes becoming the first openly transgender actor to receive such plaudits.
Qué buena onda.
However, all that good grace came crashing down shortly after the film was nominated for Oscars in 2025. A bunch of tweets that Gascon had allegedly made from 2019 to 2021 came out that were filled with racist and bigoted language. Alongside taking shots at Black Lives Matter and International Women's Day, the Spanish actor even insulted her Emilia Perez co-star Selena Gomez. Gascon apologized for her comments.
I have a lot of responsibility. I represent a lot of people that want to live in love and peace.
However, she changed her tune after the Oscars. As well as claiming she was a victim of, quote, cancel culture, she also said she didn't need forgiveness and was, quote, less racist than Gandhi. Number 12, Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni. When 2024's It Ends With Us was released, it soon caused the two lead actors severe damage to their reputations.
I thought we were friends.
We are friends.
Firstly, footage of Lively being interviewed in 2016 for Cafe Society was rediscovered, showing her hostility towards journalist Kirsty Flau. Then the allegations between Lively and co-star and director Baldoni came out. Lively accused Baldoni of inappropriate behavior on set, such as unwarranted physical contact. The director responded by issuing a $250 million lawsuit for libel against the New York Times, where Lively's account was first reported. Baldoni also sent another lawsuit, including Lively's husband Ryan Reynolds, for mocking him with the character Nicepool in Deadpool and Wolverine, as well as allegations Reynolds wrote a scene in It Ends With Us without the director's knowledge.
It actually gets worse. Yeah.
No way.
Yeah,
Not
no,
possible.
it does. I don't really want to talk about it.
Number 11, Ellen DeGeneres. Once The Ellen DeGeneres Show debuted in 2003, it didn't take long for the host to take the industry by storm.
That's all right. It's a beautiful thing to have emotion. I'm happy that you're that happy.
However, there were rumors for years that life for workers was different backstage from the happy setting on set. In 2020, several former employees came forward detailing abuse by executive producers, threats of firing for medical or bereavement leave, and microaggressions. After the scandal dominated the industry, DeGeneres apologized on air. However, that didn't stop the show from losing 1 million viewers. This led to the announcement that The Ellen DeGeneres Show was ending, which happened in 2022.
Thank you so much for being on this journey with me. I feel the love, and I send it back to you. Bye.
However, in 2024, during a stand-up set, DeGeneres claimed she was, quote, kicked out of show business for being mean, which didn't help her tarnished reputation.
You know, I used to say that I didn't care what other people thought of me, and I realize now, looking back, I said that at the height of my popularity.
Number 10, Jennifer Lopez. The singer and actor is no stranger to problematic PR. For starters, while at the 2024 Met Gala, a clip of her telling a journalist who made her outfit was considered rude, as Lopez gave a short response before walking off.
What are you wearing tonight?
Then there are many reports of her being a nightmare to staff at a private airport. Throw in the rediscovered footage of Lopez spitting gum into a production assistant's hand on set, which caused even more backlash. Finally, there were reports that the celebrated reunion of her and Ben Affleck were set to end, which ultimately came to fruition.
And I know that there's some people around me who are like, this is stupid. Why is she doing this? She doesn't need to do this. And they're right. I don't need to do any of it.
With all that, it's no surprise social media is awash with Lopez hatred, severely damaging her once positive reputation.
I want everybody to say, this is me now. This is me. Love me, leave me, whatever, but I'm good with this person.
Number 9, Jay Thomas. Trash-talking your co-star is not the best way to keep your job. This is something Thomas probably learned the hard way. In 1987, he was cast on Cheers as Eddie LeBeck, eventually becoming a love interest for Rhea Perlman's Carla.
Sorry, I'm a little tongue-tied. I guess it's because I'm really a big fan of yours.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You know who I am?
Are you kidding?
However, in 1989, Thomas was on one of his radio shows when he was asked by a caller about his role. Thomas reportedly called it, quote, brutal due to kissing Perlman.
Oh, Eddie.
Hey, Carla. What'd you want to talk to me about?
Word got back to the Cheers producers, who didn't take kindly to their family being publicly criticized, so they fired him. Eddie was slain off-screen on the sitcom and revealed to be a polygamist.
Can't go to graduation, huh?
No, he can't.
What's the excuse?
He's dead.
That old one. What's the problem?
Eddie's dead.
Number 8, Steve Whitmire. As the person to bring Kermit the Frog to life when Jim Henson passed away, Whitmire seemed to have a job for life after taking the reins in 1990.
We sort of wanted different things, you know?
Yeah. Like,
it's the usual laundry list, you know?
With the TV shows and the films, seemingly everything was great for the Muppet star, who also performed Ernie. But in 2017, reports came out that Whitmire had been fired from the role, and Matt Vogel took over.
Steve is very difficult to work with, and it's been many years of it being difficult, particularly for the producers. He's not Kermit. He's a performer who was hired to do Kermit. There's a difference.
According to the Henson family, Whitmire was difficult to work with. He was known to send messages that insulted the Muppet staff, and he refused to work with some younger performers. Whitmire also allegedly declined to have an understudy to help step in for public appearances.
I had no advance warning on that. You know, nothing had ever been framed to me as a career-breaking problem.
Number 7, Roseanne Barr. ABC's beloved sitcom Roseanne had not seen a new episode since May of 1997. Given the success of its revival's premiere in 2018, it seemed the fans were eager for the show's return.
You looked happy. I thought maybe you moved on.
However, star and comedian Roseanne Barr single-handedly jeopardized the project's trajectory with a controversial tweet directed at President Barack Obama's senior advisor. After the public responded negatively to her words, Barr recorded an apology video that only seemed to make things worse.
That's what my tweet was about.
I know, you've explained this literally 300 times.
I thought the was white.
Her various explanations for the social media post varied from sleeping medication to misinterpretation of the staff member's race, but it all seemed irritated and insincere. ABC promptly canceled Roseanne and rebranded the new series The Connors, removing its association with both Barr's name and character. Number 6. James Corden. In 2015, funny British actor Corden was given the chance to host his own US series with The Late Late Show with James Corden.
I know what you're thinking. You're like, oh, look, Andy Richter's got his own show. Welcome to The Late Late Show, everybody.
But then, rumors about his dodgy behavior started to leak out. It got much worse in 2022 when he was accused of berating servers at New York restaurant Balthazar. This resulted in him getting banned, apologizing, and then changing his mind, annoying the owner once more.
I made a rude comment, and it was wrong. It was an unnecessary comment. It was ungracious to the server.
On top of that, there were reports that he refused to help his wife with their baby on an airplane. All of this turned his amusing public image into an entitled rude one. A year after all the scandals, Corden's talk show ended.
Thank you so much for your time, everybody. I will miss you. Good night.
Number 5. Katherine Heigl. As Izzy Stevens on the acclaimed Grey's Anatomy, Heigl was supposed to be the next breakout TV star to move to movies. Her high-profile gig in 2007's Knocked Up just confirmed that impression.
Oh my God, this is the best news ever. Thank you so much. This is great.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
I'll take that smile as a yes, I'll do it.
Absolutely.
But then, in a 2008 Vanity Fair interview, Heigl called out the Judd Apatow-directed film as, quote, sexist. Both Apatow and co-star Seth Rogen defended the project. The same year, Heigl decided she didn't want to be in the Emmy race for her work in Grey's Anatomy after criticizing the material on the medical show.
You didn't feel good about the writing, or you didn't feel good about your performance?
I didn't feel good about my performance, and I didn't feel, there was a part of me that thought, because I had won the year before, that I needed juicy, dramatic, emotional material, and I just didn't have that season.
In 2010, after reports that Heigl didn't turn up on the show's set, the producers let her out of her contract. Since then, the actor has developed a reputation as being difficult to work with.
Really?
I know, I was so surprised too.
Number 4. Will Smith. At his peak, Smith's stellar reputation contributed to his standing as one of Hollywood's hottest stars.
You know what the difference is between you and me? I make this look good.
Then, 2022's 94th Academy Awards happened. After comedian Chris Rock came on and made an ill-judged reference to Smith's wife, Jada Pinkett Smith, he yelled his displeasure, then got on stage and slapped Rock, shocking everyone. And then, Smith ended up winning an Oscar the same night. He resigned from the Academy afterward and was banned from their events for 10 years.
That's not who I want to be, man. I'm trying to,
I also think that's not who you are. I'll be honest with you. I think it's not who you are. I think everybody can make a mistake.
The incident is thought to have damaged Smith's career, although not fatally. Pinkett Smith has also seen her reputation decline. After admitting to a relationship with August Alsina, she also claimed Smith slapping Rock saved their marriage.
You became the bad guy. Look what Jada made him do. Jada rolled her eyes and look what he did. He ran up there and hit Chris.
Yeah.
Poor Will. That's what the narrative became.
Yeah.
Number 3. Chevy Chase. He was one of the biggest comedians and actors around in the 80s, but Chase's star then began to fade. Fortunately, Community came calling, and Chase regained momentum in the industry.
Jeff, it's a pleasure. My name is Pierce Hawthorne, and yes, that is Hawthorne, as in Hawthorne wipes the award-winning moist towelette. I was just going to ask.
Unfortunately, his ego got in the way, and he criticized the show's content and his character's direction. In 2012, Chase reportedly exploded in an angry rant on set, uttering racial slurs about co-stars' characters.
Now you can all hang out in suspended humiliation and think about what you learned today. 1, don't screw with me. 2, invite me to your crap.
As a result of this terrible tirade, Chase was dropped from Community, and his character met his demise. Since then, Chase has struggled to get mainstream work and continues insulting Community when asked about it in interviews, which hasn't improved his dire PR.
As you may or may not have followed the saga, he did not want to be there. I mean, he said in every interview that he doesn't like the writing and he doesn't like the hours.
Number 2, Jussie Smollett. In 2015, Smollett began his rise to fame thanks to his work on Empire, opening the door for what would potentially be a notable career.
Things are looking up. I'm ready for tonight. I feel good, real good. Can't nobody hold me down.
Then, in 2019, Smollett recounted his experience as the victim of a hate crime, telling police he was attacked by people using racist and homophobic slurs.
I was just jumped. And then I look down and I see that there's a rope around my neck, which I hadn't.
You hadn't noticed it before?
No,
you didn't
because
see?
It was so fast. You know what I'm saying? It was so fast.
How long did this all
It felt
take?
like minutes, but it probably was like 30 seconds.
Immediately, people were horrified that this could happen to Smollett. Then, the truth started to come out. Smollett had seemingly paid 2 brothers to stage the attack, perhaps to boost his publicity. While the actor has denied the charges, he was sentenced in 2022 for making a false police report and received 150 days in jail.
And you will spend the first 150 days of your sentence in the Cook County Jail. And that will start today, right here, right now.
In 2023, Smollett's appeal was rejected, though the conviction was reversed the next year. Number 1, Felicity Huffman and Loughlin. Acclaimed for her performances on Desperate Housewives and Transamerica, Huffman was never short of work.
What else is new? I made my sales quota for the month on Tuesday.
Loughlin was also well known thanks to Full House and 90210. Then the 2019 Varsity Blues scandal was discovered. Parents had bribed officials or otherwise used their wealth to get their kids accepted at certain colleges. Both Huffman and Loughlin were involved.
It seemed like, and I know this seems crazy at the time, that was my only option to give my daughter a future. And I know hindsight is 20/20, but it felt like I would be a bad mother if I didn't do it.
Huffman was sentenced to 14 days in jail and Loughlin to 2 months. After her release, Huffman claimed this was the only way to give her daughter a, quote, future. While the actors have had brief gigs since, their careers are shadows of what they were in their heydays.
How'd you get that?
Oh, you know.
What other entitled celebs who destroyed their own lives did we miss from the list? Let us know below.
Many of her angry fans flooded its Facebook page with comments like, "Please bring Paula Deen back, and I will no longer watch the Food Network because of the unjust treatment of Paula."